Hello and welcome to another video by myself, Daniel, and today I'm in Snowdonia again and I'm taking on a route I've never even heard of until a couple of days ago. It's called Tregalan Couloir, and this is a grade 2 route up a gully of sorts. On the left side, as you got the Watkins path, it's actually on the left side of the valley. There is a line up there next to a buttress which will take me onto the South Ridge route, and from there I will go up past the top of the Watkins path and then onto the summit of Snowdon. Now this morning I've parked up in the car park at the bottom of the Watkins path. I've made my way up along the path past the waterfalls and the stream on the right hand side. I've continued all the way up on the Watkins path until I've come to the huge piles of slate, where I've taken a left line along a worn path. I've gone past the derelict slate buildings there on the left, and I've just taken a line roughly adjacent to the stream. It's nice and dry today, so it wasn't too damp down there. And this is what I can see where I'm sat right now. If I pan the camera around, we can see we've got this huge slanting crack in the rock. That isn't the route I'm taking. I'm actually taking the one on the right. It's actually hidden from this view, but there is a tower at the top, and that's the route that I'll be taking, starting at the scree bed at the bottom and making my way up to the top of the ridge onto the South Ridge route, which is opposite the Watkins path. Now this is a grade 2 route, but I've never done it before. I've never even heard of it before. I found it in the book. I'm camping nearby. I had a really long day yesterday and I thought I just wanted to do a nice little scramble today. Nothing too far away from the campsite, and that's what came up in the book. So why not? Let's give it a go. And you can come along and join me and see what this grade 2 scramble is all about. So I've made it to the start of the scramble, and the guidebook that scrambles in Snowdonia states that you can avoid the slimy start by scrambling up the right hand side. So as you probably saw there on the footage, I took a right hand line to bring me out of the gully and avoid all that slime, but I immediately went left back into the gully at the earliest opportunity, scrambled up the scree bed in the middle of the gully. It's really dry today, so it wasn't too slippery in there, and I've reached a fork in the path. To the right is the gully, but to the left is a runnel, and above that I believe there's a path that will take me back into the main gully. As you can see, there's a blocking stone up in the gully. So I went up that runnel on the left hand side. It was a little bit greasy in the center of the runnel, so I took a line just slightly to the left, and then as it sort of widened out after about 25 meters, I took a line to the right, initially over a little bit of grass and then onto some solid rock and then onto grass again, and that took me back into the main gully. I just had to step down into the gully. It wasn't too difficult in the end. Anyway, after making my way up the gully bed for, I don't know, 20-30 meters, I've got an 8-meter rise behind me which is covered in slime, so I'm going to take a line just slightly to the left, and I think this is the last sort of steep section on the gully. Well, I'm not too far from the top now, so as I came up to that last steep section, it's just a little bit too slimy for my liking, so I backtracked just 4 meters maybe and just went up that left wall. Pretty straightforward. There were some nice positive holds on there as well. I swung around quite far to the left and then up and over and then back into the gully bed. So I think from here it looks like it widens out at the top, and the book says just keep a left line trending left of the gully. So that's it. I'll see you at the top. Well, that's me topped out of the scramble. That's Tregalan, Couloir, and well, that was certainly a memorable route up onto the south ridge of Snowdon, which is where I am now. As you can probably see over my left shoulder, you've got the summit of Snowdon and the cafe up there. So I'm going to try and sum up this route in just a few sentences for you, for those of you that are busy. Bit of a long walk in on this one. An interesting start. I took a right line trying to avoid the slime in the gully, and then went into the gully at the first opportunity. As soon as I saw that huge blocking stone, like the capstone, I took a left line into that water-worn runnel. I actually quite enjoyed scrambling up that. Had to be careful, obviously quite dry today, so a little bit easier. I then made my way to the right, over across a mixture of grass, heather and rocks to regain the gully. And then from there it was a case of just going up the gully bed, taking little avoiding lines on the left to avoid the steep or slimy sections. And then at the top there was plenty of loose screen, lots and lots of loose stuff in the top. So if you are planning on doing this route, I really do recommend that you bring a helmet and you stay well away from anybody that's above you. I cannot emphasize enough how much loose stuff there was in the top of that gully. That made the top of Brian's gully look stable, so that really is saying something. As for the enjoyment factor, I really enjoyed it today, but that's because it was a little bit drier. I would imagine that would be really treacherous if it was wet. So I actually quite enjoyed that. I probably wouldn't be in a hurry to do it again because it's a little bit out of the way. I don't really come up the Watkins path that often, but you know, I really just wanted to tick this one off, and I'm glad I did. And as you can see, it's a lovely day today, and you can probably tell by the smile on my face, I've really enjoyed it. Look, thanks for watching my YouTube video. My name is Daniel. I'm also known as the Bald Scrambler. If you have enjoyed this video, do hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe as well. And if you have a question about this route, you know what you can do, just leave a comment below the video. Again, thanks for watching.